Random House Audio presents To Heaven and Back, a doctor's extraordinary account of her death, heaven, angels, and life again. A true story. By Mary C. Neal, M.D. Read for you by Rebecca Lowman. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or grow in its light and be of service to others. But what I do with this day is important because I have exchanged a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, today will be gone forever. I hope I will not regret the price I paid for it. Anonymous. Prologue. The best and most beautiful things in this world cannot be seen or even heard, but must be felt with the heart. Helen Keller. God and his angelic messengers are present and active in our world today, and this involvement and intervention is both ordinary in its frequency and extraordinary in its occurrence. Despite leading what I would consider a very ordinary life, I have had the privilege of being touched by God in visible and very tangible ways. One of these experiences began on January 14, 1999, when I was vacationing in South America with my husband. While boating, I was pinned underwater in my kayak and drowned. I died and went to heaven. After a brief stay, I was returned to my body. I returned to my earthly life with 2 shattered legs and severe pulmonary problems. I was hospitalized for more than a month, wheelchair-bound for even longer, and did not return to my orthopedic surgery practice for more than 6 months. Many have described my accident as terrible and tragic. I describe it as one of the greatest gifts I have ever received. The series of events surrounding my accident and recovery were nothing short of miraculous. Not only did I have the privilege of experiencing heaven, but I continued to experience the intensity of God's world and conversed with Jesus several times in the weeks after my return. Through this experience and conversation, I gained an understanding of many of life's important questions, such as what happens when we die, why are we here, and why do bad things happen to good people. I also gained an understanding of the disciple Paul's statement from 1 Corinthians 13 that of faith, hope, and love, the most enduring is love. I already had reasons to believe in miracles, but taking a journey to heaven and back transformed my faith into knowledge and my hope into reality. My love remained unchanged and everlasting. One of the several reasons for my return to earth was to tell my story to others and help them find their way back to God. During my initial recovery, I was invited to share my story with small groups in my community, and these people shared my story with their friends and family. As it was spread to many parts of the country, I was often told of the profound impact my story made on the lives of the people who heard it. In the process of sharing, I realized that my story does not really belong to me, but to God, and is meant to be shared. It has inspired many people, stimulated discussion, and has often resulted in a rejuvenated relationship with God. It has lessened people's fear of death and increased their passion for living a full and meaningful life. My story has deepened people's faith and given them hope for the future. Noblesse oblige. With privilege comes responsibility. Truly, God does not give us a lamp so we can hide it under a basket or a bed. He gives each of us a lamp so we may give light to the world. Light always dissipates the emptiness of darkness. Ultimately, I felt that if the reading of my story could bring even one person closer to God, it would be worth the writing. Thus, I began to set down on paper an account of my observations and experiences. What I could not have known, and did not know as I worked to complete my manuscript, was that the sense of urgency compelling me to complete it was also God's hand at work in my life. For the story did not end there. Introduction. Hear my cry, O God. Listen to my prayer. From the end of the earth I call to you when my heart is faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Psalm 61, verses 1 and 2. New Revised Standard Version. The tiny 2-track road in the remote mountains of Mexico was saturated with rain from the previous night. It was late in the day, and we were still several hours from the main road when our dilapidated truck slid off the road and immediately sank into the thick brown mud that formed the shoulder of the road. Our traveling group consisted of the 15-year-old me, an adult missionary couple, another teenager, and a little baby. Our truck's spinning wheels were unable to gain traction, and the truck quickly sank to its axles. Our anxiety level rose quickly, as we knew that it would be a nearly impossible struggle for us to free the wheels of our truck. It was equally impossible for us to walk far enough to find help. We were not prepared for this sort of delay. The baby would need food, and we knew the temperatures would plummet once the sun dipped below the horizon. It was imperative that we get the truck back on the road, as we had driven this desolate stretch of road many times over the summer and had never seen another vehicle. We focused entirely on the task at hand and tried again and again to free the wheels. The depth of the mud seemed to have no limit, and our efforts appeared feeble. As we worked, we began to pray with great fervor and specificity. We prayed that God would put rock under us, and soon. The words had barely floated off our lips when we were shocked to see a rusty old pickup truck rumbling up the road. The driver had taken a wrong turn and was trying to find his way to the main road. When told of our predicament, he graciously offered to give us a ride to town. The cab was too small to hold all of us, so we eagerly climbed into the truck bed and laughingly settled onto his cargo of rocks. We were filled with joy at the sight of rock, knowing that our prayers had been heard. Was this an answer to our specific prayers? Did God, albeit with a sense of humor, intervene in our lives and answer our prayers? Was the truck driver an angel or other messenger of God? Was this a miracle? Maybe it was just luck or a coincidence. A coincidence is defined as the accidental occurrence of events that seem to have a connection. Luck is a force that brings good fortune or adversity. It favors chance. For myself, I call it a miracle, an event that is considered a work of God. The Bible describes many times when angels are sent by God to help those who are in need, often in times of turmoil, life-threatening situations, or at the moment of death. Miracles appear to be universal and are reported by Catholics, Protestants, Muslims, and Hindus. The Quran describes a miracle as the supernatural intervention in the life of a human being. The Catholic Church describes miracles as works of God, usually with a specific purpose, such as the conversion of a person to the faith. Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary defines a miracle as an extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention. Cynics claim that miracles defy the laws of nature and therefore cannot occur. As described by others who believe as I do, there is a different way to perceive a miracle. Situation 1. A ball is dropped from a height and falls to the ground. It obeys the laws of nature. Situation number 2. A ball is dropped from a height and falls toward the ground. A hand reaches out and catches it. It never reaches the ground. The ball has obeyed the laws of nature, but the hand has intervened. If the hand were God's, we would have witnessed divine intervention without a defiance of the laws of nature. I believe that God heard our heartfelt cry on that little road in Mexico and chose to intervene on our behalf. Although the answer was not what we expected, God gave us a specific answer to our specific prayer. He put rock under us. Over the years, like most people,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?